Ugh. Right then guys, it's been a while, to say the least. I'm pretty sure in my last video I actually was like, I'm going to start posting more regularly. Now, I think it's been at least 2 months since then, so I can apologise for that now. Doing YouTube videos was actually a lot harder than I thought it would be. Mainly the coming up with ideas and kind of being happy with what I've produced or what I'm going to be putting out there is the thing I've struggled with the most. But if you are wanting to see more, do not worry, because I have got some actually pretty decent ideas. Now, I'm not saying that because I think they're good. I've pitched these ideas to a few of my friends and they've said that could be cool. So some good-ish videos might be coming out soon. Well, again, I don't want to say I'm going to be posting regularly because who knows. Today though, we're going to be talking, or I'll say I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 28mm lens and why I think it is the best lens. Now, I want to say it now, I'm going to probably say it again, it's just my opinion. It's my favourite lens for 35mm, and I'm just going to share a few reasons of why I think that is. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to show you guys a sample of my work that I've shot with the 28mm, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm going to be talking about, and I might refer to some of them again later on in the video. Enjoy. Okay then, so as you might have been able to see from a few of them images that just came up on the screen, you can use, or I can use, or I do use the 28mm lens for pretty much anything that I'm taking photos of, whether that's portraits, landscapes, architecture, automotive, anything really. I will, even street, things like that. I use the 28mm lens, and that's not because, it's not out of choice actually. I'm going to go out there and admit now that the 28mm lens for my 35mm camera is the only lens I own. Yeah. When I bought the body from like 2 separate stores near where I live. Like, the body came by itself and then they had no lenses, so I just went to the next camera shop nearby, and the only lens that they actually had in stock in a good condition was the 28mm. So I was like, alright, fair enough, I want to get using this camera, I'll take it. And honestly, that sort of forced decision and sort of impulse of just getting the lens and wanting to shoot has kind of paid off, and I'm extremely happy with it. I don't think I'm ever going to be switching focal length for 35mm, or even if I do, it wouldn't be a regular switch. That lens, I've used that for pretty much a year now, and any work you've seen of mine which is 35mm has come from there. Now, like you saw in the photos before, what I use the lens for is all what I just said. Now, I do want to say that this lens obviously isn't the best suited for all of them. Yeah, it's just I can use it for all of them and kind of get the results that I want. Now, I'm going to use portraits as an example. Portraits, I mean, you're going to be shooting that from anywhere from like, well, any lens upwards that usually isn't 28mm, so 50, 85, they're kind of the 2 main portrait lenses that I know people use. If you're expecting to get the look from them lenses on a 28mm, then it's just not going to happen, because the 28mm is wide. I like the 28mm because for portraits especially, you can see the environment. I like environmental portraits. Even if you get quite close as well, you can still see the scene a little bit, and because, I mean, it's f2.8, but because it's so wide, the depth of field is just not that strong really either, so you don't get that much of a blurry background, and that's something I kind of like. It's always just enough to separate the subject. I also, this is a bit off tangent as well, but someone told me recently that the 28mm lens is actually the same focal length as iPhones. Now that could be a complete lie, but you know what, when you think about it, or when I think about it, I can kind of see that. And I think I can see that because the 28mm portraits that I've taken, you can create quite a candid look and things like that with it, so I think it does work quite well. I don't really have anything else to say about the uses of it, because you can see from the images how I use it. So we're going to move on to sort of my next reasoning now, and that is just simply the size. Now this is my next and kind of final reason. Now this is my whole 35mm system. Yeah, if that focuses. Yeah, that is it. Absolutely tiny. You can see next to my hand, it's actually pretty small. The lens itself is tiny and weighs absolutely nothing. So if you're someone like me who carries a camera around with them quite a lot, just for like capturing random moments, and especially if you shoot street and things like that, then it's such a handy size of lens to just not be in the way and not be too heavy, breaking your back. I kind of don't have anything else to say about this lens now. I've kind of shown you guys why I like it and why I use it, and I hope that my images do the speaking a little bit more than I can explain, or explain it a bit better than I can, because yeah, at the end of the day it's just a lens and it's kind of all my personal opinion. So I've been obviously hyping up the 28mm lens in this video because it's kind of what it's about, but some people hate it, some people love it, and I know people who've tried it and then fallen in love with it. I also know people who've tried it and then sold it as fast as they could. So it is kind of all, well, your own opinion, I guess. But I think from what I've said today, it might have made a few people kind of understand how I get the looks I get in my images, because I know a few people are interested in that, and if you are not aware of it, you are now. I'd be interested to kind of hear what you guys have to think about the 28mm lens, and if you have used it yourself. I'm going to bring the video to an end here now as well, guys. So if you enjoyed it, then thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and if you want to see more of my work, especially the photography, you can head over to my Instagram, which will be linked down in the caption for this video. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that is. Hopefully it will be sometime soon.